All right, Grasshoppers, we're live. It's Thursday, 2:00. I can't believe we've got a former Flyer on the show here. What are we thinking about?
Yeah,
Jeez. Private Prof, how you doing, brother? Good to see you.
I do it really well, because I know that when I did the radio
Yeah,
for the Flyers for 9 years, so I got to meet a lot of you guys, Ranger alumni, going
yeah,
to the games there, and then it was nice to do the radio in the store, in the right in the middle of the rink. So
right.
like that's where you met a lot of
That's right.
people, and
That's right.
I
Yeah.
got booed every once in a while.
So just okay, Brian Prop, he and I played against each other a lot. He was with the Philadelphia Flyers, the Hartford Whalers. Who else were you with?
Boston and Minnesota.
That's right, Boston, Minnesota. It's funny. We did a podcast, the Full Change podcast, and we went through all his numbers and everything. And I should have realized, but he should be in a Hall of Fame. He's one of those guys. He and Bernie Nichols are in that same category. Who's a Swedish guy from Ottawa that got inducted this past year?
Alfredson.
That's right. So Daniel Alfredson went in, and listen, he deserved. He was a good player. But if you look at the numbers that Brian's got and Bernie Nichols has, is pretty much identical. So it's a good case for you guys. And you pointed out too, like being on Team Canada and all that kind of stuff you've done. So you had quite a career.
Yeah, it was fun. In the '80s, we had good teams, and when we had the Flyers, had tough guys, and so I bought the guys beer, and that's why they protected me, and that's why I look as good as I do right now.
I don't know if I told you the story enough. It was before one playoff. Before you play in the playoffs, we had one game I think left in the regular season, and we were going to play you guys in the playoffs. And they, the coaches come by and said, "Tommy, when you get a chance, hack Prop across the arms." So it was in the spectrum. I hacked it across the arms, and in comes Glenn Cochran and everybody else. I'm thinking, okay, that wasn't such a good idea.
Yeah. Well, that's why I'm smart. I paid them for beer,
totally,
because we didn't make that much money, but beer makes a big difference.
Beer was it back then. Beer was a food group back then. Yeah, there's no question.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, Brian had a fantastic career. We did a show, really good show on Full Change that's been out already, I believe. Yes. And then on this Saturday coming up in Alston, Pennsylvania, or where is it?
Austin, in Icewood rinks. So Jim Watson does a lot of work for the high school players, and Stefan Charbonneau runs the rink, and so there's 4 rinks there, and so we're going to play in one of the rinks there.
Good, very cool. So is it a fundraiser as well?
Yeah, so the charity is for headstrong cancer people. So I know my agent Michael Kalluri, his brother died when he was 19, but he wanted to set up a charity, but he did, and his mom Cheryl works a lot with that, and so I decided to give back with a celebrity hockey event that I have for the percent of the money. It goes back to Headstrong Cancer, and it's because it's for the people that are in the area. They stay for free, and they have everything all taken care of. They've raised over 20 million the last number of years, and but it's my wife Eileen's on the board, and so we have galas, and the hockey event's going to be different. They have golf things, and so I'm just happy to be part of that.
Good, and that's this Saturday starting at noon.
Yeah, so it starts at noon, and then the game starts from 1 to 3, and then the dinner's right after that, right at the rink. And I have a couple of sponsors, Sun East, Federal Credit Union, and then I've got a couple, they're a big sponsor, and then I have my Gaffa Cigars as a sponsor.
That's right,
for
yes.
the jerseys, and then I have a couple other guys, two brothers, Brian and Jay Honier, that have Cydro golf set and hospital things too. So it all adds up. You get some good sponsors, and then people will enjoy the game. And I've got some good players on my celebrity team.
Yeah, let's hear the players you got.
So I have Mark Howe,
Nice,
Doug Crossman,
there you go,
Chris Terrian, and Krista Oliva. And let's see, Doug Crossman and one of the two. Oh, and Ed Hospiter is going to be one of the coaches.
Oh, okay.
Chris Terrier is going to be the ref,
right.
And so it should be a really nice time.
Cool.
And
Cool.
Riley Cote is going to play too.
That's right too. Very good, very cool. So anybody, we go back. Brian's cigar line is called Gaffa Cigars. So anybody that doesn't remember, when Brian scored a goal, he would give the whole salute and the Gaffa salute, right? I always hated you because you scored against us all the time too. So isn't it funny? I know we've said this before, but when we play against each other, you all hate each other and all that kind of stuff. And then after the game's over, we meet each other. It's like we're all brothers too. So
yeah, that's what alumni is about. Like like when you retired, like you learn from the other people, and being in New Jersey, like it's close from Philadelphia to New Denver, the Devils, the Islanders, and the Rangers, and Washington. So you get to know a lot of other people. But for me, doing the radio for 9 years, every game, home and away, and playoffs, I got to know other alumni from the years that I was there, and then we set up some celebrity hockey events. It's a lot of golf things. So you get to know all the right people that care with the charities that you put in. And so that's why Krista Oliver from the Devils, he lives in Moorestown, New Jersey now, and he runs a rink, so he's going to help too.
That's cool too. Yeah, thank God there's no fighting in that. He's a monster too. He was a good fighter.
Yeah.
Good deal. All right, so let's get this straight. You got this charity on Saturday. You've got the Gaffa cigars. You've got an IV company you're starting too, correct?
Yeah. So my wife has a franchise called the Prime IV Hydration and Wellness. It's going to in another 3 months. It'll be in Marlton, New Jersey, and we have another franchise that we're going to build in Naples, Florida. But it'll be healthful for the people that are there. It's IVs, but it's been around for 4 or 5 years. It's one of the fastest growing franchises in the history, and it's really healthful for the people that are there. And with my Gaffa cigars, just gaffacigars.com. And for the hockey game, if they want to go to prop26.com for tickets, it's like $10 a ticket to be there and be part of it. So people that want to sign up, they can sign up there. And and then I have my own logo stuff called millions.ca. So like people can go to millions.ca and check out the hockey event, the golf events, and my Gaffa cigars.
You got a lot going on, don't you? Quite the businessman. Quite the
entrepreneur. God, yeah, it keeps you busy.
Yeah, we were talking before the show, right? Like how important it is. You're busy, I'm busy. And as we're getting older, I think that's so important too. I was watching a video the other day where this guy was trying to explain how bad it is to work all your life and get to 65 and then, try to have fun. And then his message was trying to be good, but then he said at 65 years old, your body falls apart. And I was incensed. I was like, I wanted to go to the gym right away. I said, I'll show you. My body's not falling apart at 65 years old. So good job by you. Seriously, I know you've done well. You played well in the game. You had a fantastic career. You've done well since. So we're going to be doing a Full Change podcast at the event on Saturday as well.
Yeah,
so
that's awesome.
So hopefully we'll get all those guys on one podcast and be a lot of fun. Who I always thought was a class act was Mark Howe. Just a real gentleman.
Oh, right? He's unbelievable.
Yeah, that's cool.
He's and by getting traded to the Flyers in 82, he's one of the best, along with Brad McCrimmon. They were so tough to play against, and plus minus like 80, 85 every year.
Yeah.
And so you knew that you get a plus every time that you score against them.
Yeah, that's true. He was good. Yeah, he could do everything too, like skate and like he's such a class act too. When we were in Michigan, he was with the Red Wings, and we lived right next to each other, so I got to know each other a bit. So he's a good guy. So okay, one more time, Aston, Pennsylvania, Saturday. It starts at noon. The game starts at 1:30, correct?
1 to 3, two teams, split up the team with 4 goalies, and it's going to benefit Headstrong Cancer people. It's a nice
great
charity.
Perfect. So anybody that's down there in southern New Jersey, the Philadelphia area, have some fun down there. We'll be down there doing a Full Change podcast. Are we going to get stuck talking to you again? Do we have to talk to you again?
No, you can talk to the regular guys. Like Mark Howe would be a great gift.
Yeah,
so Chris Tarian, because he did the radio and TV for the Flyers, and then Doug Crossman, he's a little quiet, but you get him going. And Riley Cote's really good about giving back, and Olivo is a great guy too. He's good with social media too.
Definitely. I actually played with Doug Crossman in LA for a while. Good guy, talented player too. Yeah.
You walked, read the newspaper, and then It never broke a sweat.
Yeah, totally. Isn't that true? Yeah, when he played, skilled player.
Unbelievable.
Oh, I know. That's a good point.
He's
fun
just
like that.
smooth and just
Yeah.
didn't care.
That's funny.
Just
That's
moved
funny.
all the move. But yeah, and then he played for Canada in '87, the Canada Cup. He did a really good job.
That's right.
Playing
Yeah.
there with all the better
Yeah.
players like Bork and
Yeah.
Rofront and Coffey and
Right.
and Hartsville. So like, but he people don't know that how
Yeah.
good he was.
Yeah, totally. He's a lot like Ron Greshner, right? He's not the fastest guy, but he's like, stick handling in a phone booth, right? So, yeah, pretty cool.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, listen, great to see you again. And listen, very proud of you. You're doing a lot of great stuff. We will see you on Saturday down there in Aston, Pennsylvania. So everybody have some fun down there. All right, Proper. We'll see you on Saturday.
All right.
See you, brother.
That's it.
All right. Yes, we had a Philadelphia Flyer on the show. Can't help it. He's actually a good guy. For people that don't know, too, he had a stroke several years ago. So if you're wondering, his speaking is a little bit impaired, but I give him credit. It doesn't bother him. He just powers through it. So good guy. Actually, pretty good. And it was interesting. When we interviewed him for Full Change to really go over his numbers, as we did with Bernie Nichols, and how it's a real strong case that he should be in the Hockey Hall of Fame. So good guy. No, and that's a Flyer, but it's a long time ago. So how's everybody doing out there? Dougie DeVito. Dougie was digging him today, too, that he was going to come back like when he was talking with the Z's. That's, ooh, I don't want to start a brawl here. What's going on? What's happening today? Billy, hold on. Oh, here we go. Billy's strong name, Brad McCrimmon, good buddy of mine. Oh, Jesus. God. Deb, how are you doing? Good to see you. So everybody knows, like, I've been posting a lot more workout videos lately. I have not this week at all. Again, I've got a client, a young man in from California, mentoring him a little bit. So we go to the gym together at 4 o'clock in the morning or 4:30. We get there. So I've been tied up and not been able to do some videos, but we'll get back at that again next week. Good young guy, interesting. It's working with young people. I learn a lot from these young people too now. With this, the pressures that they will. He's a tremendous skater, really skilled player. So just going to work a little bit on his confidence, getting going, and his strength. But we will get that going for him. So. Barry Shelley. Oh, that's right. Sorry, Barry. I should ask him this question while we had. I think we discussed it on his podcast so far. He went over to Lugano for a year. So I think he enjoyed it over there too. Good buddy of mine, Billy. I'm not trying to make fun of the poor guy. He's gone, but I'm more making fun of the fact that Bill pretends he's good friends with him now. So Billy Contradidiac. Who did I talk to today? It was interesting. I talked to James Patrick today, for anybody who knows. Just sitting around. I try to make a habit when I'm sitting around, if I've got some dead time, go through my phone numbers and call some people that I hadn't talked to in a while. And James is doing well. They're heading into the playoffs with his junior team there, the Winnipeg Ice. They were the number 1 ranked team in their division, playing the number 8 ranked team. So it's funny how he really downplays team too. So I always try to dig him, thinking, he should be winning the Memorial Cup, but one game at a time. One game at a time. All right, so nobody's got a whole lot of questions. We can't stop the show too early, because then I'll start happy hour and we'll be in trouble. So, what else is going on in the news? I guess we should send our condolences to everybody. I haven't touched on this yet. Everybody down in Nashville, that shooting. Another sad event. I'm trying to think of what else is going on here. It's exciting. Okay, so again, we'll be down in Pennsylvania at Brian Prop's event, Aston, Pennsylvania. I can't remember what he said. It's from cancer events or raise money for cancer. All right, so it's good to have him on. If guys don't have a lot of questions, then we don't need to hang on. If guys want something to talk about, we certainly can. Short show. I'll wait a little bit and see if people have questions or not. Actually, I saw somebody the other night who gave me a recipe for this Sunday too, and I haven't looked at it yet. I'll hopefully get that done for him. Had a fun event. Was it Tuesday night? We're at the Rangers played Tuesday night. Yeah, so before the game they had an event at the Moynihan train station, which they fixed up. Got a really nice food court there. So a lot of Ranger fan or people that had Ranger season tickets were there. Fun group. Some woman grabbed my ass. I really didn't push. I didn't fight it too hard, to be honest with you, but it happened. All right, everybody. So I guess we're not a whole lot. Maybe there's something wrong here, but usually people are asking questions. But all right, so we will wrap it up. Good quick show. We'll be back again next week. We'll have Mark Puttenvink early in the morning at 11 o'clock. All right, everybody have a great weekend.